All right, it's the BOSS, capital SALADTSR, boss salad tosser, the king of slurring his words like a rapper. And here, as you can see, this is a video about falling off. One image, you got me ripped as hell, all muscular in my chocolatey prime form. And then the next photo next to it is me falling off. Okay. The reason why I fell off is pretty simple. It don't get spoke upon, and not a lot of people know that it exists. Okay. What happened in the second photo is a result of me having stress weight. That's all that stuff you see right there is stress weight. And not everyone knows about it. Not everyone speak about it because as athletic as rhythm gamers are, and when I mean my athletic, it's not just DDR, Pump It Up, Step Maniacs, ITG. No, my mind's thing, Taiko no Jitsu, as well as other games that if a doctor check our heart rate, and they will probably recognize, and this is if you're playing at the high level, they'll probably realize that your heart rate is kind of low, and they'll ask you, hey, are you athletic? Are you running or jogging? They will recognize that. Remember, folks, when you're playing rhythm games and you get to a certain level where where you're past casual play, you're pretty much athletic. And doctors, if you go to them, they'll check your heart rate and they'll confirm and inform you that yes, you are athletic. Okay, now right here, you have an article or finger. Right here, you got an article from Medical News Today that covers this, that explains how the stress weight works. And the link will be in the description below. Okay. But basically, this article will just go over what is stress weight, how it happens, and how to keep it in check. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Basically, according to this, chronic stress weight and studies show the link between chronic stress weight and obesity. By decreasing levels of hormones and chemicals involved hunger, such as leptin. It causes people to basically devour foods that are just high calories, basically comfort food, instead of like foods like strawberries, fruits, some vegetables. They go to comfort food because it's a lot easier. It's a lot affordable too, and from stresses, whether it be work stress, relationship stress, even stress from playing this game, this can lead to unhealthiness, which will result to going to comfort food and even not even having the motivation to really play or be active. Okay. So when players be playing and they're saying they're trying to use this as an exercise and they be confused about why they're not making gains, it's not always from them just overeating. Some of it does involve eating the wrong foods, but sometimes it's stress weight. And a lot of the stress weight hangs at the belly, the bottom belly of your stomach. That is where the first place you gain weight, and it is the last place where you will lose weight. Right here, got a WebMD article telling people or telling readers why they are not losing the belly fat. And, besides going to the obvious that, yeah, you're pretty much eating unhealthy and you're not eating like lean proteins and veggies, one of the things it talks about, and besides you're not doing exercising enough and all that, is your stress. When the stress hormone cortisol goes through your body, fat takes residence in your belly. Like I said, as I said, the first place to go. So when I was talking to Mr. Seth Happy Feet Sanchez about stress weight, because I was informing him he's pretty ripped. But right now since he got so much going on with life, he has more stress weight than he thinks. And he didn't even know this exists. But yes, this is where, yeah, you got to talk to your doctor about how to reduce stress. Because, yeah, you can be eating all the right things, but if your life is pretty much not in order and you're spending a lot of times worrying about the next paycheck, about your relationships, or just your future in general, that can add to your belly and your belly fat. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and when I mean my belly fat, there's two types. There's a little pudge, and then there's like this overall just belly, just from just overeating and not really recognizing what is going wrong. It also involves, not doing the right exercises, because a lot of folks speak of dance games as a form of exercise, which it is. But if you're going to places like Round One and you're there for 3 or 4 hours and you're playing less than 10 games, and then afterwards you go and have like a high calories, high starch carbohydrate, or starch carbs, which involves stuff like French fries. Couldn't even say carbohydrates right there, but stuff like French fries, and you eat more of that than a vegetable or even a fruit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like all the stuff that you work for. Like you pretty much eating more than you burn. Okay. And you're going back, and if you're not playing at that high level consistently throughout the time that you're there, if you're playing and then you're waiting 20 to 30 minutes, just to play again, and you're not even playing like high level stuff, it will work against you the second you step out of that place to go eat. I am the BOSS, capital SALADTSR, and this is your rhythm gain health tip